Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Starflames, and we're back with another video. In this video, guys, we're gonna talk about Ye's statement about wanting him and RayJ to hit Kim Kardashian from both sides. And I believe that you guys can read between the lines as to what he's saying when he said that. No. After Ye said that, he basically implied, let's make this the next round of sex tape. And then he also mentioned that he wants Caitlynjenner to be involved in this. Now, whether Kim Kardashian is about that lifestyle or not, because I do know that once Ye says something, I know for a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with what he's saying. What he's saying is true, even though if people don't know if it's factual or not, they're going to say it is true. Now, let's say, for example, it is true. Let's say Kim Kardashian is about that lifestyle. We know that Kim also has her sex tape out there, but at the same time, in all of this, does it give Ye the right to, be saying, let's tag team Kim Kardashian, let's run a train on Kim Kardashian? Now, I would want to judge Ye, but for some reason, I have to pull back with my judgment because while what he's saying is not okay, it is not decent of him to be saying this. It is not respectful to the mother of his 4 kids. And Ye is no, saint in any of this because he knew darn well who he got with. He knew who he married. He was well aware of who he was having kids with. So he's no innocent Abby in any of this. At the same time, I want to judge him, but I can't. I have to be cognizant consistently of the fact that, unfortunately for him, he's currently unwell. And I know that his, diehard fans are going to say he's not unwell. There's nothing wrong with him. He's speaking the truth. A couple months ago, someone said that you could literally catch a minor on fire, film it, put it on the internet, and people would support him and have excuses for him. And at that point in time, I was like, that is so harsh and brutal. But to whoever said that, some time ago, I can literally see what they mean at this point in time because I've been seeing it a lot in my comment section. People are so quick, so hastened to make good excuses for you that they don't see themselves as enablers. They don't see their excuses as being harmful behaviors when it is literally, in fact, harmful behavior. Because if you guys notice, when we as a collective come together and say, yeah, that is wrong, what you just said, that's definitely a no-no, and such thing cannot be tolerated, he pulls back. What if the internet, come together as a collective and say, we don't know what's going on with you, but we can tell that you're not the best version of yourself at this point in time. Get some help. We care about you and we want you to be the best version of yourself. Because when Ye is the best version of himself and he's tweeting on the internet consistently, it is literally funny. He may ruffle a few feathers here and there, may sting a few people, but you can actually see through a lot of what he's saying, whether you like it or not. But in this case, his constant, the things that he has been saying, it is so unpleasant to the point where he's going to have to deal with all of these things because even when he's suggesting that the next round of tape, it should have Caitlynjenner. Call it a joke or not, is it that he's saying that he's into, Caitlynjenner? He has the hots for Caitlynjenner because that's the impression that I am getting. I don't know if anyone is getting that impression as well. And then Ye is going to have this mess to clean up because we're going to hear again consistently that, hey, this guy loves to have sexy time with men. He's not going to beat those allegations anytime soon based on the speed that he's typing at on the internet. And when I say based on the speed he's typing at, I mean based on the things that he's saying on the internet. He's not going to beat the allegation of him having a boyfriend, finger in the butt situation, even though whatever goes on in the privacy of his bedroom or Kim Kardashian's bedroom, I believe it is their business, not my business or anyone's business. But at the same time, just as though when it comes to anything that has to do with bedroom behavior, that's messy, that's disgusting. Once someone attributes Kim Kardashian's name to it, even if it's not factual, people are gonna say, I believe it because, yeah, Kim is willing and ready and able because she has a sex tape, and as such, anything that comes along that line, they're gonna say, I believe it. Even if it's not true, they're gonna say, I believe it. Well, Ye is literally in the same position now as Kim because based on the things that he's putting out there, whenever a rumor arises about him, now people are going to go back to that tweet. Well, I guess this is what he meant that time when he said that about Caitlynjenner. Not many people are going to say, oh, he was just being silly. He was just not the best version of himself. Many people are going to say this guy is pretty much questionable at this point in time. And then when people start coming at him when he's at his best version of himself, no, and he's looking back at those things and people start coming at him with, oh, but you did say this. Oh, but you did say that. He's going to, be there fighting for his life because the last time Amber Rose said finger in the butt, he was hella mad about that. He was so pissed that he would not stop talking about it. And there were so many rappers who basically said that they could tell that he was hurt by it because he kept talking about it. So I'm just saying, and even when Ye posts these things on the internet, like you can literally see it on his Twitter handle, people say he did not say it. It's just the internet making mischief on this man when it's literally there for everyone to see, and he wasn't even hiding nor being nice about saying what he has said. So I'm just saying that, it is about time that we start, sending Kanye love in the sense that encourage him to get help. Because when you love someone, you don't enable bad behaviors. And I see this happening so often. It happens more than how it doesn't happen. And it happens with a lot of parental figures as well, wherein parents enable their kids' bad behavior. The kid could be involved in drugs, guns, gangs, abusing women, and women will defend their sons to the death and say their sons are innocent. Fathers do the same as well, but mostly mothers. I've observed and research has proven that mostly women defend their sons in their wrongs or daughters in their wrongs. And oftentimes we see where that takes a U-turn and turns out to be the detriment of the child. And then at that point in time, the family is like, okay, we should have done things, we should have held him accountable. We should have held her accountable, should have showed them tough love, So I'm just saying, no matter what Ye says, there are going to be people who says he never said it. Irrespective of the fact that you can literally go to his Twitter page and see the actual post, people are going to say he never said it. And then for those who cannot, dismiss that he said it, they're going to have some excuse like, oh, he's just being funny. He's just being ridiculous. He's just being Ye. That's just who Ye is. But at what point in time will these jokes no longer become funny? At what point in time will he no longer just being a silly Ye? When he hurts himself, when he ODs on nitrous oxide, when that nitrous oxide finally takes him out, or, at what point in time will this no longer become funny? And at what point in time will those people who enable such behavior, such dangerous, harmful behaviors say, you know what? It's time that we suggest, because we can only suggest, and make recommendations for our brother to get help, our favorite celebrity to get help, the genius to get help, because this is really not good for him. And looking at how people, make excuses for the things that you do, these people, they have a mental block when it comes to his children, because if he's so busy on the internet, what time is he spending with those kids? He's not spending any time. And if he's not in the best of health, he can't spend any time with those children. So, those children are bound to suffer by the hands of their mom and their dad. While they're going to have a good life, and while they'll be, they'll get the best education, the best health care, while they will get the best of the world, they're going to experience the world in its truest, ugliest, rawest form at the same point in time. While if both parents would consciously mitigate the things that they do, consciously choose going forward, we're seeing Kim Kardashian doing a little bit of that, not so much, but a little bit of it. Ye has completely gone rogue, so he has no control in place. So as such, he's not even thinking about how will my actions affect my kids. And then you have another group of people, they respect money above morals. So in their heads, Ye has more money than what they have. So it is okay for him to just be doing anything and saying anything, and no one should be speaking on him because you don't have that money. So how dare you even say anything? You see, and that's where people are messed up as individuals, because what is money when it really cannot serve you and you cannot enjoy it? What is money when you're not in, fear to find health to truly enjoy it? What is money when your mental health is not altogether there for you to truly enjoy your money? So we have to choose conscious, and we have to think from a conscious perspective and stop being so selfish, because if you really care about someone, or even those kids are Ye's responsibility. You would not be enabling such behavior. And if you really did true care about this man and not the accolades that comes with him, you would pull yourself back and say, you know what? I want to judge him, but I can't because he's not well. But the guy definitely needs to get some help. That's not a hard thing to do. And that's just my 2 cents on that. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your take? While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.